Heyo, my name is Ulrich, and welcome to my world, and thank you all so much for joining me for the first installment of Ulrich's World. Now, E3 2018 has come and gone, and if there was one thing I was expecting, or at least hoping for from Microsoft's press conference, was an appearance of a certain bear and bird. I'm of course talking about Banjo-Kazooie. It was released on June 29th, 1998, and it took the gaming world by storm and became a benchmark for 3D platformers and collectathons alike. And today marks the 20th anniversary of Banjo-Kazooie. Let's talk about it. Now, Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favorite games of all time, and for good reason. It's held up substantially well over the past 20 years. From Mumbo's Mountain to Click Clock Wood and everything in between, this game is amazing. That being said, I can't believe this game is 20 years old. I remember when I first got the game, me, my mom, my stepdad, we all used to play it, and I think my stepdad, he was the first one of us to actually beat it and get 100% on it. He got all the music notes, all the jiggies, and all the honeycomb pieces, which I thought was incredible back in the day. This game came out when I was 6 years old, and I still consistently play it. I'm 26 now. It's just so good. It basically took what Super Mario 64 did right, trimmed off all the fat, expanded upon the idea, and just made a better game because of it. From the levels to the characters to the soundtrack, it all just works so well. Banjo-Kazooie was developed by Rare, composed by Grant Kirkhope, and released on the Nintendo 64, and the soundtrack is golden. Everything just fits so well. Grunty's lair changes instruments depending on where you are, the world themes are consistently great, and the sound effects and little jingles are beyond nostalgic for me at this point. While I may be a bit biased, I still think this is one of the best games ever made. I don't think I can look at this game from an objective point of view. That's why I'm doing a discussion video on it instead of a full-on review. That may still come down the line, but as of right now, I just want to celebrate the 20th anniversary of one of my favorite video games of all time. Now, of course, this is a Nintendo 64 game, so the graphics don't hold up as well as they did back in 1998, but the graphics are still amazing, and it definitely captures the cartoony vibe the developers were going for. The game is about a bear named Banjo and a bird named Kazooie, who is trying to rescue Banjo's sister Tootie from an evil witch Gruntilda, who is trying to steal Tootie's beauty. Tootie, beauty. That was intentional, but it wasn't at the same time. Traversing world after world, trying to collect enough notes and jiggies to get through Grunty's lair, and finally defeat her and saving Tootie in the process. Along the way, you'll meet colorful characters like Bottles the Mole, Mumbo the Shaman, and Bruntilda, who gives you seemingly useless information until the last part of the game show. And oh my god, this game show is amazing. You basically answer questions testing your knowledge of this game, be it Grunty's backstory, her lifestyle, as well as certain level themes and music that plays within each world. You also have boss encounters that you have to go back and face previous bosses you've already beaten. One of the more difficult ones, or the one I suck at, is Boss Boombox from Rusty Bucket Bay. That guy always gives me shit. Now, of course, this game isn't without its flaws. Music notes don't save once you exit or die in a world, and the platforming and camera tend to feel a bit janky at times, but those are the only flaws I can really think of. Surprising, I know. But this game is near perfection. It takes every key component, pieces it together with superglue, and creates a well-rounded adventure that will stick in your heart for decades to come. Like I mentioned previously, this game takes a lot of inspiration from Super Mario 64, but one thing I always thought this game did better is the fact that you aren't actually booted out of the world when you collect a Jiggy. You remain in that world, making it feel like a way more cohesive experience, and in turn, the worlds actually feel more lived in because of that. And also because of that, you actually get really likable NPCs as well. The most memorable ones I can think of off the top of my head are Gobi from Gobi's Valley and Captain Blubber from Treasure Trove Cove. Some of my favorite worlds from Banjo-Kazooie include Click Clock Wood. I really like the 4-season aspect, and having things change between seasons because of certain actions you've done is well thought out, and it definitely adds to this world. Another is Rusty Bucket Bay, which is one of the more difficult levels, but the music track and level layout definitely makes it memorable, and it's a standout world on its own. And Mad Monster Mansion, turning into a pumpkin and flushing yourself down the toilet, farting eggs into vases and having them say, "Fuck you." Okay. I know. They say thank you. But come on, it's still funny. This game is childish, but it adds to the charm to an already great game. Now, if I had to choose my least favorite world, I guess I would say Gobi's Valley. Not saying that there's anything wrong with this world, but compared to the other ones, it's not as compelling or as memorable. It's still hella fun though. Honestly, I don't know what more I can say about this game at this point. It grabs your attention from the moment you press start and doesn't let go until the credits roll. You'll be hooked all the way till the end. The power-ups are great, the moveset is diverse. It's just an all-around good time. Also, if I can make a recommendation, play the Rare Replay or Xbox Live Arcade version of this game. It adds widescreen support, it cleans up the textures, upscales the visuals, makes the camera move more fluently, and the music notes save this time around when you die or exit out of the world. To those who have yet to play this game, go. Play it now, buy it, emulate it, I don't care what you do. Just experience this masterpiece for yourself one way or another. The graphics and controls are still tight, the dialogue is both witty and charming, the platforming still holds up to this day, and 20 years later it is still considered a classic, and personally, I think it'll be considered one well past that. You know, Microsoft doesn't seem to care about bringing Rare's mascot back to the forefront of anyone's mind, but the fans are here to stay. That being said, here's to another 20 years of Banjo-Kazooie goodness. Good night, everybody. My name has been Ulrich. Thank you so much for spending time in my world, and I'll catch you all again in Ulrich's world.